Okay, we are now out of executive session and back in our special meeting. At this point, I would like to, as the chair, make a statement. Thank you for joining us today for this special meeting of the Board of Fire Commissioners of South King Fire. My name is Bill Gates, and as the chairperson of this board, it is my responsibility to ensure that our proceedings are conducted in a transparent and lawful manner, in accordance with the statutes governing public meetings and the specific mandates of our agency. I wish to make clear that the concerns that were raised as to the propriety of the board's action to direct human resources to present an employment agreement for the fire chief to Dave Van Valkenburg. We take these concerns seriously and are committed to adhering to both the letter and the spirit of the law. Transparency, accountability, and public participation are not just legal requirements. They are cornerstones of public trust and effective governance in our community. To ensure that we fully comply with the relevant laws and uphold the principles of transparency and public engagement, we have convened this special meeting. Our goal today is to openly discuss and rectify any issues surrounding the appointment process of our new fire chief. To this end, we invite members of the public to share their thoughts and insights. Public comment will be limited to 10 minutes, with 2 minutes per commenter. We value your input, and it is crucial for us to hear and consider the perspectives of our community and/or district members. Following public comments, each commissioner will have the opportunity to express their views on the appointment process and discuss the qualities and qualifications we believe are essential for the role of fire chief. Please note that while we are here to listen, deliberate, and discuss, the board may take action ratifying the decision to direct HR to present an employment agreement to Dave Van Valkenburg. But our intention is to gather information and viewpoints that will guide us in making a well-informed and transparent decision at this meeting. We thank you for your participation and for holding us accountable to the standards expected of a public governing body. Your involvement is invaluable to our decision-making process and to the integrity of our fire district. Let us now begin with public comment period. We're here to listen and engage constructively with our community. Again, public comment will be limited to 10 minutes with 2 minutes per commenter. Are there any public comments?
Okay. Thank you. My name is Brooks Warner. I'm a lieutenant here with South King Fire. I've been here for a little over 15 years. I'm here today not only on my behalf, or not only on behalf of myself, but also a number of members who are either not able to make it here today or who are not comfortable speaking in public. We want to thank the board for their appointment of Chief Van Valkenburg to the position of Fire Chief with South King Fire. Over the past year, we have witnessed a number of things he has done for the betterment of this organization. We look forward to seeing him continue this progress and are excited to help him achieve his goals and ideas for our organization. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your comments.
Good afternoon. I want to say how excited I am for South King Fire with the appointment of Chief Van Valkenburg to Fire Chief. Recently, Chief Van Valkenburg visited the Fire Marshal's office in Federal Way City Hall. He sat down with my team and just talked with them. He was open and honest and answered their questions. That small gesture and sliver of his time helped my team feel like we truly are part of the South King Fire family. For me, he has tried to make me feel welcomed and included as part of the administrative team. He doesn't shy away from conflict and has openly supported me in my efforts for code updates, which will ultimately make our community safer for our firefighters and the citizens we serve. I am hopeful that he continues with his open communication, candor, and support of myself and my team as he leads South King Fire into the future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, Commissioners. I wanted to take a moment to tell you the reason I came to South King Fire. I'll start off by saying how happy I was at my other department and how I was not looking for a change in my path. I happened to talk to Chief Van Volkenberg on another matter regarding policy changes here at South King, which he was very excited for. With that discussion, it entered into further discussion about this position that was going to be open for the Deputy Chief of EMS. I decided after meeting with him and talking to him about his vision for the department that this was where I wanted to be and this is where I want to work and grow my career in this fire family. The reasons that I have in our conversation is his progressive mindedness, his desire to have value in diversity and inclusion, and in what his vision is for this community moving forward. I will give a small example, the MIH program that he wants to develop. It is not just standard run-of-the-mill MIH. He envisions it being very creative for what will serve our citizens the best moving forward. And it is not only in that piece, it is also in looking at opportunities to partner in areas that it will better serve the citizens of our community. He fully understands the operational challenges that are here in front of him, and he is not afraid to make the tough decisions and work with labor moving forward. We understand the need to build the bridge with labor and to have better communication that will better serve our district and community. It is one of his top priorities moving forward. Many of the firefighters I've spoken with are also looking forward to see what our new chief can do for our department. The leadership team actually had a sigh of relief when he was appointed because he has already brought this team together in a way that will strongly lead this district forward. He will indeed share his vision and help us to get to where we need to go. And he is not afraid to make the tough decisions that need to happen in order to get there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay. Item 6, Commissioner discussion relating to the clarification and decision motion appointing the fire chief. I think one of the things we want to do is just sort of reiterate what we were looking for at the start of this process before the fire chief. Mark, you want to?
Sure, I'll kick this off. During our selection process, there was some things that we were specifically looking for, and that was to bring people together, have a vision, be able to articulate that vision, and to bring people together as a team. And then at our meet and greet on last Friday afternoon, all of the finalist candidates were present and met with the citizens and members in attendance. And it was interesting listening to the different members ask the candidates different questions, and they were very well thought out questions, and had some real meat on the bone, so to speak, as to what their thoughts were, the candidates' thoughts were pertaining to our district. Also talked with some of the firefighters that were present, and the strong consensus was that they like Chief Dave as our next fire chief. So that is something that weighed on my mind when we were deliberating the qualifications of the different candidates. The other candidate, I mean, Dave was very relaxed, very prepared. The other candidates, they were somewhat prepared, but not really having an idea as to what some of the issues were and stuff like that. They just didn't, in my opinion, didn't feel to be a real good fit for the position.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. First of all, I want to step back and talk about the process we went through. I'm very proud of this board, this district, for having given the opportunity for anybody who felt that they have the necessary qualifications. They were external to the organization or internal, the opportunity to apply and to make their best case for why they felt they should fire chief. We had a very, very thorough, professionally led and supported process, both by our search firm, Mercer and Associates, Mike Letcher, which I've spoken to a couple times, did an excellent job. We had tremendous talent that was attracted to the organization. Deserves to have that kind of talent come before the board. We went through a very, as Commissioner Thompson described, a very thorough process, tons of questions, good questions, tough questions. And I'm very pleased to be able to have concluded that no one that I saw and interviewed did better than Chief Van Valkenburg, despite the fact that he only has a relatively short amount of time as chief of department, lots and lots of experience in management in two other organizations and a year plus here. But there were chiefs that he was competing against, particularly as a finalist process last Saturday, that had years of experience, good instincts, good experience, broad, deep experience. No one did any better than David Valkenburg. And he has the additional advantage, of course, of being here and understanding our issues intimately that someone else would have to learn. So I think that does nothing other than validate the fact that through a extensive search and narrowing it down to some very talented people, he was the best of the best. That was our discussion and my personal conclusion. Thank you.
Yeah, I also agree that we had a great process. We got to see a lot of really great candidates, and I think we got to allow community and firefighters to meet them as well at our open house on Friday. We had a lot of talent, and it was a hard choice, but I think we went through a great process and went to the right decision.
I too think the process went very well, and early on, a couple months ago, sat down, and so forth, and process would work, what the timeline would look like, and stay on track. The open house on Friday night was mentioned. I'm not sure anybody'd ever been to one of those. I think that's almost a first. I think people liked it. I'm not sure whose idea it was. I don't think it's mine, but it was a great idea to wish more people had showed up. There were still cookies left over at the end. Anyway, so I think that part of it went very well. What we were looking for in a chief was somebody who obviously had that experience and somebody who's ability, somebody that's a very good communicator for the things that we definitely need. Relationship building, staff, certainly more there with the community. That's something we were looking for, something who could help us achieve our strategic, work through our strategic bridge plan later on. Knows what our funding issues are and the fact that that's something worked on. I think we knew what we were looking for. Anyway, other comments?
One more comment that at the meet and greet, I was very, very impressed with the firefighters that attended, and some were off shift and some were on shift. But I was impressed with the questions they asked. I was impressed with the comments that they made, and regarding the candidates and their preference. That meant a lot, and it was sincere. It wasn't just somebody talking. Straight up and from the heart.
Mr. Thompson, would you like to make a motion?
Yes, sir. I move that the board appoint Dave Van Valkenburg to the position of Fire Chief of South King Fire, contingent upon successful negotiation of a professional services contract.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
And a motion and a second to get a contract with Dave Van Valkenburg. Any more discussion, comments?
Mr. Chair, just comment that this was a nationwide search by a well-respected search firm. And they gave us some really good names, well-experienced folks and stuff from everything from the East Coast to Central America, Central basin of the U.S. and the West Coast. And it was tough competition, but all in all, it came down to the point that the guy the candidate that hit the road running when we asked the questions without any equivocation was Chief Van Valkenburg. Why I strongly support.
I would strongly support him also. One of the things that he did, and of course he's got a little bit, having been here, he's got a little bit of an inside track, but he provided us with a year one plan, all the things that he thinks need to be accomplished in the first year, and a timeline for doing that plan. I think it was like 8 or 9 pages. Gave that to us a lot. Nobody else had gone into that kind of detail as to, what they thought needed to be done. And no, we didn't ask for it. Correct. Any other comments? All right, there's been a motion made, seconded that we pay a contract to appoint Dave Van Valkenburg as our fire chief. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. We are adjourned. Thank you.